hilly bike course can blow up your legs and kill your run in a triathlon or an Ironman race. So you fundamentally need to know what to do climbing, what to do descending, what to do gearing, and have tactics for the race. So stay right here because I'm going to bring you all of that really good information. We got to know the difference between rolling hills and a mountain climb. I have taken and looked at 30 different Ironman races. I found out that most of them didn't have a huge climb. Most of them got all of their elevation gain through rolling hills. So what I want to teach you is how to flatten out a race course. What we want to do when we climb is we want to make sure that we use our pacing. Different methods that you can use to measure how hard that you're working. One of them is rate of perceived exertion. This is very much subjective to how you feel that particular day. Another one is speed. Speed is a very bad way to regulate how you climb and how you descend and how you actually go through a race, because you can't control the wind, the weather. Speed is not a good way to do it. And the other ones are heart rate or power. Those are the two that actually really kind of work. Heart rate is reactive. You put out an effort, your heart rate continues to rise as much as 3 minutes after the effort. But the best one is power, because how hard you push on that pedal, it doesn't matter if it's headwind, hills, downhill, it doesn't care how you feel. It is a sensor that's picking up how hard you're pushing on the pedal, and it's sending that to the head unit, converting it into watts. Second, you want to stay aero as much as possible. There's a couple of reasons for that. You're going to be much more consistent. You're going to be able to hold your power right in that power band the whole time without having it stray up or down. It's going to cause smoother pedaling. So we want to stay aero as much as possible. How do you do that? You practice it. You take slight upgrades, always in the aero position. Now, really important is never stand. I notice some of you guys are saying, hey, you got to stand to really climb good. Well, guys, we're not climbing. We're triathletes. We're not bike racers. The third thing we need to know about when you're riding uphill is gear selection. There's two different parts of gear selection I want to talk to you guys about. The first one is on your bike. Most bikes usually come with an 1123 or an 1125 cassette in the back. That's really not enough to save your legs in a triathlon race. You want to jump up to an 1134, 1136, or even maybe a 1234, 1236 if you're not a real power person. You also want to look at the front gearing. You do not want a giant gear on the front. You want what's called a compact gear set. This is something you can go and you can talk to your bike shop about. Yes, it's going to cost you a little money, but it's costing you a ton of money to do the race. And if you miss on the gearing, then you're going to blow your legs up like I did at Ironman Blue Ridge. I didn't listen to my bike shop. I didn't put the right gearing on the front of my bike. So we don't want to burn our legs up. Our whole key here is we don't want to burn our legs up. The next thing you need to know about gearing is what gear you're going to use going up the hill. You don't want to grind it up. You want more spin going up the hill. You want to keep your legs moving. You do not want to add a lot more energy going out of your body as you head up the hills. Number 5, you want to stay in your comfort zone as much as you can as far as putting down the power. Number 6, don't burn matches. What I mean by that is, in a race, you have just so many quote-unquote matches you can burn. I told the athletes I coach, you're going to think about your pack of matches as an old school pack of 20 matches. In a half Ironman, you're going to burn 5 matches just because that's how much it's going to take to get through the race. In an Ironman race, you're going to burn 6, 7, 8 matches. You only have a certain number of matches that you can burn from that point on. If you hit every single hill super hard, you're going to burn a match every single time. By the time you hit mile 8 on the half marathon part of your race, you're going to know that all your matches are gone. Once your matches are gone, you're not getting them back, and you're going to be doing a whole lot of walking. Now, never, ever power into a hill. What I'm talking about is that classic inner mentality of, if I could build a lot of speed, I'm going to go farther up that hill before I slow down. Well, it doesn't work. What you're doing is you're burning a match before you get to the hill. You want to take and continue to keep your power, keep your heart rate as steady and as smooth as possible, head into that hill and start up the hill. Now let's talk about descending. You know, the only way to learn to descend is to do it. So what you want to do is, if you're in a hilly part of the country, pick a hill that has some curves in it that you can go down the hill, back up the hill, down the hill, back up the hill. Just ease into it. Go down the hill the first times, and learn how to turn, learn how to brake, learn when to brake, learn to build confidence in your descending, learn to build control in your descending, but always, always, always do it safely. Relax and breathe. A lot of people will go over the top of the hill and they'll hold their breath and hang on tight, and they'll stiffen up, and the bike starts to feel twitchy and it starts to jump around on them. They get very, very nervous and immediately grab the brakes and slow way down and kill the momentum that they have. This is where you're going to learn that you want to practice the downhills, and one of the things you want to do is make sure that you continue to breathe as you're going down the hill. You want to soften your upper body. You want to relax into the bike. I never, ever like seeing this descending in the aero bars. Guys, you have no control in the aero bars. Your hands are away from the brakes. You're narrow. If you're narrow, you're twitchy. You're not going to be able to control it. Get your arms out on the bars. Lower your body. Lower your elbows down. Tuck your elbows. Tuck your knees in. You'll get just about as aero as if you're on the aero bars, but your hands will be at the brakes, and you will be in much better control of your bike. Stay calm and think. Keep your eyes forward and know what's coming. See the turns, see your way through the turns. The last thing you want to do is be still braking when you start into the turn. You want to do all of your braking leading up into the turn, and as you get to the turn, you want to let loose the brakes and let your bike through the turn and out. So next on our list of things you need to know to run good off the bike in a triathlon and Ironman race is the tactics, and we're going to learn that by watching this video right here. This is Coach John.